Hi guys, Ryu here, and let's finish this laser thing in here. So let's add another loop in here, and let's increase it in size. So as Shift X, and let's introduce another loop in here, and let's split it. Let's select both. So Shift Alt and Shift Alt, and then simply E, cancel, and extrude inside. Okay, and this could be a little bit too shallow, but we're gonna roll with the punches. And then let's select all these, double I to insert it. This might be actually a bad idea. Let's go checker deselect, and then insert it once, like this, and then E, and simply Alt S, and move it outside a little bit, and scale it. And make sure when you scale it that it's set to individual origins, otherwise it's not gonna scale like this. Okay, so that's one. And let's do the same thing in here, or at least something similar. So Control B, and I'm going to actually select both here and select this one and simply scale it a little bit, but Shift X and SX, and make it thicker this way. Okay, something like this. That's pretty cool. Then I'm going to Shift D this, P to its own selection, grab this one, SX, bring actually the origin to geometry, SX, scale it, go to filter, solidify, and increase the thickness outside. Okay, here, and let's apply it. Oh, let's select this one then, SX, and do something like this. Okay, perfect. Then let's grab a cube and move it in here and scale it. This gun is really small in scale because these original cubes are 2 meters, right? So I think the gun is too small, which is why the bevels are actually so big. I mean, we need to put such a small bevels on Geo because simply it's a little bit too small, but it's okay. Let's make it smaller, move it lower here. So GZ, apply scale, and make it more narrow. And then simply go to angles and Shift G, direction. Let's just, bevel it nicely like this. This cube is too big, so make it smaller. And whoops, not hide it, move it somewhere here. Somewhere here maybe. You know what? Let's get rid of these bevels. Let's go back. Let's make it, actually make it smaller and move it somewhere here. Alright, and I'm going to actually introduce the bevels on the bottom, like this. Okay, now let's apply the scale again. Alright, and the top I'm going to do something different, so let's actually grab this and move it lower, move it here, and Shift D and P to its own selection, and select this one and solidify, and solidify it up with Shift. Come on, not so thick. There we go. Apply it, and let's move it this way. So EX, and move it on X-axis. It's a little bit too thick, so move it lower. Whoops, it's coming out. And apply scale, and let's apply the modifier here, and let's actually smooth it out, and this one too, and apply some bevels. So bevel, 3 segments and weighted normals. There we go. And let's just copy attributes. So Control C and copy modifiers. All right. Whoa, what happened here? Where is it? Bevel. Let me see. Apply angle. Whoa. No, the angle is too. The bevel is way too big. So let's turn off the clamp and let's make it smaller. Like this. Wait a minute. What's going on here? It's probably too small. There we go. Okay. That will do. And let's apply some loops in here. And one more. And do something like this. And maybe some loops in the middle here. So one here and one here. And we can do something like this. So extrude it outside on X. Sorry, on Y. My bad. And move this one on Y-axis like this. Okay. Cool. This needs a little bit of work. So let's grab a loop in here and loop in here. Let's actually remove these 2 loops. Dissolve. Okay. And these 2 as well. Let's see if we actually need them. Let's dissolve these edges. Maybe we don't need them. They're gonna cause problems. And let's round this up. Let's go to occlude mode and we can see what we're doing. And actually fix this here. The bevel is literally too big for this shape, but we can just make it smaller by simply changing it to 0.5. Whoops, 0.0005. There we go. Okay, and that will do. So that's that, and let's see. Let's grab another loop in here, and let's grab this across the mesh, turn off this, and shift D on selection. Grab this and solidify. Bring solidify above the bevel and solidify it the other way, right? So this way. Not too much, just a little bit, okay? Don't make it too thick. Make it 0.2, something like this. There we go. That will do. And let's grab a cube. In fact, you know what? Let's move it on top. So let's grab these and go to side view GZ and move it on top here and actually combine it with a face. That's pretty cool. And move it lower. So GZ and move it a little bit lower. Now what we're gonna do is gonna select this one and go to edge mode and select this. Well, let's go to local mode. Select this edge down to here, this edge down to here. Let's go to X-ray mode and select these edges as well. And now we're gonna be able to bevel all of it, you see, like this. And make it smooth, and it's fine. All right. I think it looks good. What happens in here now? I need to set it to angle. Maybe that's why. There we go. It was it needed a setting to angle. We could actually bevel this one as well to, you know, sort of match it. Whoa, not like this. Deselect this edge. Now and back. So it's gonna bevel only the corners, so we can fit it like this. You see? Perfect. And it's nice. Okay. This could use a bit of a cutting. So Shift D, and this one has no modifiers, which is great. Make it bigger in size. And simply cut it. So Control minus and Control minus and Control. Yeah, we already cut this one, didn't we? So let's simply bring the bool tool on top, apply it, bring the bool tool on top, and apply it. And we're done. And bring this one to cutters. How are we looking? We're looking pretty peachy. This one's a bit boring, so we need to do something about it. Also, we need one more knob on top, which means we could use this one, Shift-D, and hold Control to snap it, and simply snap it to here. So Shift, Control to bring cursor to origin, and then item to cursor, side view, and just move it in here and make it smaller or bigger or whatever you want. Maybe smaller. We're gonna be changing it later on anyway, so. And this one needs some fixing, alright, so the way we're gonna tackle this, right, we're gonna grab an edge in the middle, and then we're gonna split it, and we're gonna apply scale, and we're going to grab these ones. Okay, fine, checker deselect, and then insert them, then E and Alt S, and scale it inwards, and then scale it like this. Make sure you're in here in individual origins, otherwise it will not scale properly. Now we will need to fix these edges, okay, a little bit. So what we need to do, they're too thin. Control B and sort of, you know, chamfer it. Okay, what you could do is you could actually select this one and go SX0, so SXX0, and straighten it up on X axis, so SXX and 0. Okay, let's go back, and now we should be fine. Alright, so now let's apply a bevel, 3 segments, angle, and this is too big, so something along the lines of 0002. Let's turn off the clamping. It's too big probably still. So something around 0.003, or maybe like this. There we go. You see now we don't have this ugly shading on sides. So that was important. Nice, this looks pretty cool actually, I'm not gonna lie. It looks pretty cool. We could add some interest in here as well. So we could just grab a cube and scale it. And we could add a loop here and move it down on Z and apply scale and simply cut it like this and copy this here and cut it from this side as well. In fact, we could rotate it. So 1, 2, 3. See how this is gonna work for us. Maybe. Let me see that. That's actually pretty cool. Maybe it's a bit too thin though. Maybe we need to move it to the left a bit. So let's apply everything except for the bevel and the other thing, weighted normals. So let's apply all the booleans. And what we're going to do is go to X-ray view and simply GX and simply move it on X-axis in here a little bit like that. And there we go, Bob's your uncle. Nice, I like it. Alright, sweet. I can get behind this one. Nice, so let's grab these and move it to cutters. And we are good. Now what on earth is going on here? We need a mirror. So mirror and not this one, and flip it and just apply it because actually, you know what, let's just leave it. But I still want to do something in here because it's a little bit, well, unfortunate. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab this, right, and Shift D, and let's grab it to, oh yeah, P to its own selection, grab this one and let's close it. Okay, so select this, Come on, this one and F. So it's gonna close it with faces. And now we're going to scale it on all but X, and actually we're going to let me see, we're going to make it short, not this one, just this one, shorter, like that. Okay, but let's let's scale it like this. Good, that's perfect. And let's move it inwards here, right? So like this. In fact, you know what, let's actually move this one a little bit to this side and do something like this. SX, make it thicker and move it in here. And what I'm gonna do is now is Shift D, and I'm gonna cut a hole in this mesh first, right, like this. And do I actually need it? Maybe I don't need it. Maybe what I need is actually boolean this together. So Control plus. Okay, and let's remove it to cutters, and then let's move this boolean above everything. Right, perfect. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna apply it. Okay, so let's apply it, and then we're gonna actually cut a hole in it. So let's insert it and simply remove the faces and select the edges in here. Come on, edges. There we go. And this one. And right click and bridge. Mesh tools, loop tools, here, bridge. Okay. Did it bridge correctly? Well, it's a bit skewed, isn't it? So, you know, we're gonna do it manually. I don't know why Blender is doing these stupid things. So let's do this manually. So let's press F2O. Hang on a second. There we go. Then press here on 1 and just simply hold 4, and it's gonna fill it for us. There we go. Okay, now let's go back and see how we're looking. Oh, wait a minute. What on earth is this? Oh, it's a cutter. Let's remove it. And now what we can do, see, the bevel is actually catching, so we need to make it smaller like this, okay? A little bit smaller, but press X twice to constrain it. So again, S, Shift X, and one more time. Is it working? Yeah, it's working. Okay. So move it close, but not too close, because you need to see this opening. It's gonna be a shadow being cast, yeah. And where's this screw? I don't know where it went. We're gonna grab a new one. So Shift D and grab this one. Move it to this cursor, and move this screw on top in here, and we are Gucci. Okay. Perfect. Now let's grab this and move it to cutters. Now this looks a bit boring, this one, so we're gonna cut some holes in it, right? So let's save it because reasons, and let's grab a cube, because cubes, it's all about cubes, guys. It's all about destroying cubes. So let's come here and let's actually grab these two and move these cubes, oops, somewhere here. Go to front view and move this cube in here and make it smaller. Shift A to apply the scale. And now I'm thinking that maybe we could do something like this. And maybe something like this. Oh, that's interesting, actually. And select all the edges, direction, and bevel them. This could be actually interesting. And simply apply auto smooth and shade smooth and Control minus. And maybe even mirror it across this object. And apply the mirror, and then move the boolean above the modifiers and apply it. You see, that's much better because it's a bit more lighter structure, if you know what I mean. So that goes a long way, you see, just a little bit of a cut. And I'm still not done with it, by the way. I'm enjoying it too much, guys. I'm sorry. So what I want to do now is actually make one more cut, okay? So let's grab a cube and make it smaller and make it here, bring it here and SY and just bring it here and simply cut it like this. But not entirely, so whoops, grab this one and GZ and move it above up to here and a little bit to this side, and then we're gonna apply scale to this thing and actually bevel it too, or maybe even chamfer it. Let's see. No, you know what, we can just bevel it, it's fine like this, and simply move this one across to the other side. So mirror across this thing on y-axis, apply, go here and move it above all the modifiers, and don't apply yet because this bevel is a little bit deep. You see that bevel is a little bit harsh, so maybe we can make it deeper and this will help us with the bevel. Now this bevel is just literally too deep to maybe like this. That's what's gonna solve it. Okay, all right, move it to cutters. Perfect. Okay guys, so that's nice. We got this front piece done, and now we're gonna focus on the tripod. There's gonna be probably at least 2 or maybe even 3 vids because we're gonna have to put a bit of work into this one. Thanks for watching, and I catch you in the next video.